Day 7 of tiling project.
Happy wife, happy life. You will know what that means later in this video. Good morning, guys. Day 7, tiling project. A little different day, rainy season, but it's not raining. Look at that laser beam. So the guys are going to town. Says 45% chance of a shower. May or may not happen. It looks pretty good. Nice blue skies. The sun is out. So while the sun is out, let me talk a little bit about our solar. Did speak to the engineer and the owner of Alpha Solar. He will be here. We have a date. He will be here a week from Saturday. Excuse me, guys. A week from this Saturday to install another panel up there. He said he suggests only one panel. We'll see. I asked for 2. He might surprise me with 2. So we'll get that installed. He's going to clean the panels and blow out, I guess, and clean the inverter. Check for any codes or anything like that. And then he also cleans the air cons. So he does that as a part of his job. So all the air cons, the split types, we have 4 of them. So there's one of them for the master bedroom. So they take the shell off and they put plastic underneath and they clean them inside and out of all dust and debris and allergens and pollen and what other gunk that could possibly get in your air con. So they recommend that you do that at least twice a year. So we'll get that done. I'll get you the cost of that. I think it's $20 per air con. I'm not sure. I shouldn't even give that price because I don't even know what it is. But I thought they said 1,000 pesos. So I don't know if that means for all of them or each. But we'll find out together. And at the same time, I'll go ahead and interview the owner. He's an engineer of Alpha Solar. He's up to 6 installs from our channel. Remember, he contacted me and gave me a fair price. So he installed our solar and we're very happy with it. And since then, he's done 5 more of either friends of ours or subscribers or viewers from this channel. And then this Saturday, he's doing another one. So the 7th install from our channel. It's a friend of ours. So a lot of people are getting solar just because I guess we're so close to the equator. The sun is, so high in the sky year round. It's very efficient. So, we are basically off the grid other than our hot water. Our hot water is still on the grid, so we get a little bill. And our bill is usually runs about 700-800 pesos. So that's what, about $13 for hot water. And I'm going to talk to him with him adding a couple panels. Is there any way we can switch over the hot water? Because how much hot water do you use in a day? I mean, we take 2 showers and when we wash our hands. So we'll see if we can totally be off the grid, so to speak, even though we have a hybrid system. So the guys are finishing up over here today, day 7. So we'll have no problem getting this done. Not grouted yet. So that's a lot of work, but I told the guys I'd rather them tile away and we'll worry about the grout later, unless I get a 3rd guy to grout. So they just have to do this and then the cut pieces for the step and then that little pad there, which I think is just like 2 meters by 2 meters. They'll get that done. And then we'll call the pool area completed. I'm going to be working on getting this cleaned up. I may wait for them to grout because when they grout, they make a little bit of a mess and a lot of haze. I might just wait and then come in here with the power washer. And longtime viewers remember how I did all the sealing of the grout, and it's called green bottle. That's what they call it here, because there's a blue bottle that you use for like pool grout, for waterproofer, and then there's green bottle. So I will come right behind the grouters, you know, maybe 6 hours after it's grouted, maybe 8 hours, and then seal all the joints. Because being outside, and of course with Prince running with his dirty paws and people walking on it, we want to seal the grout. It really goes a long way. It's hard because you basically got to have a little cap of it, and then you have a small brush, and you just brush it on and get it to soak into the grout. But if you do it consistently, it changes the tint a little darker, which is good because it's a light gray grout. So it'll just darken it just a little bit, but it'll maybe even have it come out like this, because the grout's a little lighter than this. So it does change the color a little bit, but it seals it. And look at the joints. I think I'm gonna get Wilma to help. Maybe I could teach Prince to do some as well, because he's the one that's going to be stepping on this the most. Got up this morning, and there was Prince footprints all the way here, because there was some of the residue cement, and we put chairs, and you can see, you know, we had a broom there, and we had a couple chairs, and we blocked all this area off so he wouldn't step on that. No, that's fresh mortar from today, but there was this residue, and it rained last night, so he stepped in it and walked or trotted right this way. So you can still see some of the residue. So I was out here early this morning mopping. So when you have a dog, you know, it creates additional dirt. One other thing I forgot to mention, and I don't know if it means anything with this tile, but when you do a tile job, there is a pattern to the tile. So do you see that emblem there, the diamond emblem? I told the guys, and again, I don't think it matters with this type of tile, but they're really good with it. I don't know if you noticed it, that Disco has a pencil with him, and what he does is on the side of the tile, because you back butter it, you'd cover the pencil mark. He puts a pencil mark on the edge of the tile, and that signifies to the tile setter which direction to place the tile. So I asked them to do that, and you know, I do a little audits once in a while and make sure they keep doing it, and they're all putting all the tile in the same way. And he's really good with cutting, and he makes sure that you know, with the factory edge where it needs to be, he marks it and cuts it right, so when it gets laid, all the tiles in the same direction. And if you have a pattern when you buy tile, a lot of times there's 4 tile typically to a box, and not only is there an arrow on the tile, if you look in the back of it, usually the 4 tile are different. It's usually 2 and 2 of one pattern and 2 of a little different pattern. So this is what I mean by a box. There's 4 tile in here, and that's typically what you see in the Philippines. Even if it's 60 by 60, there's 4 tile. But with the 4 tile, it's 2 of one type often and 2 of a different pattern. So you have to line that up. And that was very evident in our main room with the porcelain tile. When they were laying that, I had to keep an eye on it, because you want to do a diagonal pattern so it looks right. Because sometimes you walk in homes and you look at a pattern and it's kind of all over the place, little cattywampus. So that's something to look out for. So if you're doing a future tiling project, know that usually there's arrows in the back or some kind of a design that you could tell the tile setters to follow. And sometimes the tiles within the box is different. 2 of one type, 2 of the other. It's subtle, but it's not subtle when you do a large room. It really throws it off, and you don't want to set tile and have a bunch of them down and you know, you sit back and look at it from a distance, and then you know, you're buying a bunch of furniture to put over the tile to hide it. So morning update. The guys are wrapping up around the pool. So let me show you what I mean by the pattern. So if you look right here, do you see this white line that Prince is walking around, that white line right there? So that is part of the pattern. It needs to go diagonal. So see the white line? So all those type of tile, remember I said there's two different types in the box, need to be diagonal. And then the opposite diagonal, do you see the V, the brown swirl V? And the brown swirl V, diagonal this way. So if you don't know that, and you tell your tile guys and they don't know that, it's going to be just hodgepodge. Who knows? It's going to be this way, right? You got 4 choices, and then you got 2 different tiles, so 8 choices. So it could be all over the place. Will it still look good? I guess it could, but it needs to be done a certain way. It's supposed to be done a certain way. And why not do it right the first time? So then it's designed that way to blend. So just wanted to show you guys that. So with the rainy season comes mold, and I can't stand it. We work so hard to keep it off the walls, off the house. So let's try something here. And we're gonna have to move this plant. But take a look at this. Let's see if this works. No time lapse. Just real time. The suspense is killing me. All right, so I don't want to shut the camera off because I don't want anybody to say, you let that sit for an hour. So I'm going to get a little H2O from the pool. Should be enough. Let's see what happens. No scrubbing. So what has it been? Let me look at the camera. Minute 52. Better, right? So if we put some of this Clorox down and maybe even scrub it a little bit, we can make this go away. So this stuff is not cheap. I think it's about $4 a bottle. So what I'm going to do is maybe invest in a sprayer and try to find some good bleach, maybe like pharmaceutical grade that's a little higher than like 12.5%, a little stronger, and just maybe spray this down and get it to turn, because it just sat 2 minutes, and this area here was pretty green and it took it away. So when we find this, I only found this at Do It Best in the mall, and usually I buy them out. I'll buy 10 bottles of it or 8 bottles of it, whatever they have, just so we have it, because it works good. Wilma uses this in the showers and the sinks to clean. So not bad. So So maybe I'll use the whole bottle here because Wilma doesn't know I have it. I don't know if I can dilute this down and still get it to work. But just a few minutes, you can definitely see that it's working. Another chore. All right, the guys are breaking for lunch. And they got about 7 pieces to go. They're all cuts. And the reason why they didn't get this completed is because Wilma's got another project for these guys. Project from long ago. Part of our original plan.
It's part of our original plan. We just never get to it.
Yeah, it was something we were supposed to do when we built the house. Never got to it. But let's go down in the front of the property and talk through it. All right, so yesterday Wilma reminded me of a project.
Another one.
Original project.
Right.
So we're going to kind of change up how we do things here. We're going to do this, I think, next. After the guys are done with the carport tiling. And then remember yesterday I said we're going to raise the wall back there to 11 feet. Once that's done, we'll come out here and do this little project. So here we go. And I actually did find the original sketches.
Yeah, this was part of our original plan.
Yeah, we found the original sketches. I have 2 notebooks, and all our notes and all the sketches and all the ideas, I kept them in 2 notebooks. So I went back to that yesterday and found it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're doing flower boxes out here. So let me explain it quickly. These columns were built 1.5 meters off the property line. I've been saying forever it's 1 meter. So we brought the guys down and we moved some of the weeds over there and we found the Mahone. Then we measured from the column out to that Mahone 1.5 meters. So the property line actually is on the other side of these rocks. And longtime viewers may know there's 7 columns, 7 lights, and 7 rocks, 777s. So what we're simply going to do, and you wanted what, 3?
3 hollow block high.
3 hollow block high, 1 meter out. So it's still on this side of the property. And it'll be the length right from the driveway. It'll come across. Now over here in the corner, you've seen it. It's kind of a weird corner. Just the way the property ended up. So this wall is about, I don't know, 3 inches or so this side of the property line. Same thing back there, 3 or 4 inches this way. So what we're going to do is we'll come down here, come up here, and we'll go right to this corner right here. Come out. It'll jump to the other side of this rock right here. On this side, turn and go this way. Again, 1 meter from here, just 1 meter. Now, that's a good thing because a lot of water comes out of here and is spilling right here, right where the construction's going. And, you know, our neighbors are going to be doing a fence over here as well. And their gate, I think, is going over here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it's up there or down here. So the Mahone here, unfortunately, just recently got knocked. I think it was the very last construction excavator that was here. Took out both Mahones. There was a Mahone over here somewhere, and then there was a Mahone over here, and they're gone. So it's not a big deal. I'll measure from that Mahone that's in place. I'll measure over and put a piece of rebar and come over 3 or 4 inches. And just a little wall here and turn and go that way. The reason why this is going to be good is there's a lot of water here. You can see the stream. So when I backwash the pool, the water comes down, goes out here, goes out there. There's weep holes in every panel. 3 inches of conduit, plastic PVC. So I'll have the guys chip, and we'll put a coupling there, come out, do 90 degrees, come this way, all pitch down. Probably have to do a 45. Come on this side of the rock, so down here. Come this way, come out probably between the 2 rocks, do another 45 or a 90 or whatever we need to do, go out. There'll be a wall there, and we'll expel the water out there. So now when I backwash the pool, the water will come out here onto the right of way, not over here. We'll move the water over here. So that's the plan. So now you know why we said in the opening, happy wife, happy life. What's up, Ramel? How you doing? Doing good?
Okay.
How's was it Pino, right?
Pino.
How's Pino doing?
¿Cómo se los Pino down?
Okay now.
He's doing good? Ah, is he big?
Big.
Oh, he's a big dog? Ah, very good. Guys, remember, longtime viewers, Ramel took Pino. So he's an adult now. Very good. Good seeing you. 5 p.m. update. Got this area done. So looking good. Completed. So now we just have to grout it. And then clean the walls up, do whatever touch-ups. But the good news is we got the big part of the job done. Now it's just grouting, sealing, and cleanup. Guys are wrapping up for the day. It's 5 p.m. We already put the truck back. We do not need to go to City Hardware tonight. So they got up here after lunch. They were somewhere right about here, right? So, I don't know, can I walk on this? I think I can. So they did all the way back here. Just a couple of cuts here. And then turn. Got this down. So really the next big item is, do we have enough tile? So we did the math to finish this, and I rounded up. So it's going to be razor close. So we sat and measured this, how many tile we need, finish this. We're 49 tiles short. So there's 29 tiles of this batch in Sabulin. Remember when they said they had so many of them, and then they come back and said only 29, but they had 150 cases. They called ahead, and they didn't have a forklift driver at Sabulin to drop it down. So they do have 29. So we'll go pick those 29 up unless they were sold. And that'll get us down to 20. And remember, I rounded up on everything. So this is going to go quick. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is let them go across here, turn, cover this area. There's going to be some cuts over here. Get to here, and then they're going to start rocking and rolling all solid tile, coming all the way back to the wall. So at the end of tomorrow, we'll see what's down, and then I'll redo the numbers and see if we're anywhere closer. So I may have to get a different batch. And if I do, I do. We'll just have to put it under the granite, under the dirty kitchen area where like all the propane tanks are and stuff like that, because that's going to be a bunch of cuts. So if it is a different batch, we can put it under there. And sometimes, you know, the batches are close, and with this random pattern, it might be okay that it's a different batch. You might not notice it, but we'll separate it anyway and use it for underneath the dirty kitchen table back there. So there you go. Day 7. No trip to City Hardware tonight.